Joe Potter with Vintage Underground. Today we've got an interesting project. This is more of a fabrication as opposed to body work or anything else. This is hard fabrication. We've got a 1952 Nash-Healey, and this is the chassis. So this was brought to us in process restoration. The chassis, and this is a body-on-frame car, classic setup, just too far gone. Rotted on almost every area, structurally compromised, and bad enough that it's not recoverable with patches or metal replacement. Really the only option here was to use what's left here as a pattern and start from scratch, and that's what we're doing. So we lay this out. We can see we've started taking all our measurements, figure out how they constructed it, and start working backwards and recreating it, which is what we're doing over here. It's a combination of metalwork and machining. So this is we had a choice to try and harvest this front suspension member off the old chassis, but it's welded in and in such a way that it was better and cleaner, and to go ahead and recreate it. So this is a completely machined piece, and like I said, this is something we had to completely create from scratch as the suspension pickup mount point for the front. Once we have the frame confined dimensionally where we want it and the angles, it's the two rails are not actually tied together yet. Once we establish that, this will be bored into the front rails, mounted, welded into place. We are working on the rear suspension pickup, or the shock tower, if you will, for the rear, which is this section of the frame. So the frame takes about a 45-degree step up here, up over the rear axle. This is the suspension spring and shock tower. We're in the process of recreating these, and this part of the frame is next. There's internal baffling and a lot of structure inside that key to the strength of it. So we're recreating all that as we go on, and we're working our way back up and over.